Hey everyone, welcome back. I have my special guest, Christy. Hi, Christy.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Christy reached out and gosh, I think we've both been busy and haven't been on our videos here, but she texted me that let's talk about Murakami. We're seeing it all over again on Instagram. Christy had some good points about it. She asked me if I thought it looks fake.
I
And
did.
I have my thoughts too.
And yeah,
So go
it not
ahead,
only
dear.
looks fake, but when I was at Louis Vuitton, I haven't even been gone a year. So March is when I left Louis. So it's literally been not even a year, maybe
Hmm.
6, 7 months since I left Louis Vuitton. I remember last January when we did the wave of Louis Vuitton. We found out about it in Well, I guess it would be a year ago today. We found out they were going to release it in January. And in December of last year, we could start doing pre orders for VVIC. So if you know, you know, VVIC are the people who spend the most money at Louis Vuitton. They have like a 50K plus spend. They get the first, offer to buy stuff. So we had our transversal map, which is the thing that shows us everything. They did 3 waves. They did one in January, which was the multicolor, one wave in February, which was the cherry blossom, and then another wave in May, which was cerise, which is the cherry.
The
So
cherry.
they were hyping it up to us when I was
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
Tell your clients to buy now. Tell your clients to buy now because this is the re-release 2025 Murakami edition. If they don't get it now, very limited quantity around the
Hmm.
world. Everything is always released in Asia first. So
Yep.
Asia gets the first round. Then second round is always like Europe. And then the third round is going to be like the Americas, Canada, United States, Mexico, South America, like that. So we were told, like, hey, there's very limited quantity. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's never going to come back. Like, they just really pumped that in our brain. It's once in a lifetime, once in a lifetime, once in a lifetime. Then I want to say like less than a week ago, I'm seeing posts on a gentleman's Instagram who I guess he's the male Foxy LV. Let's just say that he's
Yes.
he knows all. Yeah, Matt D or something knows all the deals, but I love Matt D 78. So if you want to follow him, he knows all this stuff going on. I saw that.
Okay, so it sounds like this new collection is a total surprise. Like we told everyone you're not going to see it again,
Right.
and then just this past week, it's like here it is again. Am I getting that correctly? To you, it's a surprise to you because
Exactly. But this collection, what gets me is they're doing a Murakami Neverfull in the multicolor. Like they
yeah.
did the Murakami Neverfull with like the cherry blossom, which was fine because it had the traditional monogram with the cherry blossom, which that looked fine. But when you do the multicolor on it, it looks like something you got on Canal Street.
Okay, so let's look. I've got the
You should put the
page.
pictures up because they redid some of the stuff they did in the first launch. So they brought back some of the stuff, but then some of the stuff looks like super fake. Like, yeah, look at that
Well,
Neverfull.
the first picture I saw was this one, was the Speedy, which was the first one he listed. So I was like, didn't they do that already? Why is he posting it
The
again?
soft
Because I know that
speedy.
Matt D only posts things that are coming, like new and
Right,
coming.
right, right,
It's
right.
doesn't post stuff that's already been out. So I was like, okay,
Mhm.
why are we seeing this again? Let's see. Here's the comments. Here we go again. Um,
Here we go again. Exactly.
Good. I was so sad the last one didn't come with this strap. Okay, so it looks like
They
people are
did it.
still excited, but
They
okay, wait.
are
So they didn't have the Neverfull the first round?
not of a multicolor. They did of the cherry blossom. So it was a brown Neverfull, like the
Yeah, with
classic
the
with the little cherry blossoms, but it looked like little, not like the traditional cherry blossoms from Marc Jacobs era, but they looked like they were like lined up in a
I
row.
remember a
It
totally
looked like a
different.
flower pot almost, minus the
Yeah,
pot.
and it was nothing like this. It was
Mm-mm.
completely different. This is super
That looks like
cute.
Chinatown right there.
I would
That looks like
argue
something you
this,
got. It looks
but
like
okay,
something from the street in New York City. Am I right? It literally looks like if I saw
it
someone carrying that
does.
around, I would think it was a super fake. I would think it was DH Gate or something. Like, no lie.
Now, do you remember back in 2008 when this collection was popping anyways,
Yeah.
that everyone had it and then everyone also had fakes? So it was so saturated that you couldn't even tell what was real and what was fake. And I don't think anybody cared either. Like if you rock that
No.
fake bag from L Street, rock it.
Mhm.
So it kind of looks like they're repeating that, right? Because now they're flooding, like, look how many styles they're coming out with. So they're doing their
Yeah.
own saturation. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Aren't they just, where's that print you were talking about?
Oh, there it is.
Aren't they just
And
repeating
that,
2008 of like,
Horizon,
let's just
that's the one
put
they did
this,
the Neverfull.
yeah, let's just put this all over again so that nobody ever forgets the multicolor.
So let's just say that when I was there less than a year ago, they were
Mhm.
saying, hey, reach out to your clients. You must get them to get this because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. They're never going to see this again. It's going to sweep the planet, take it by storm. People were waiting in our store at 7. I was there the day it launched. It was January 3rd, 2025, and it was a Friday. And I opened that morning with my manager and another person and the security guard, and it was us. It was just us, and not the next shift didn't start till 11. So we were fighting for our lives, taking care of this line wrapped around the store of these people coming in. And they were all like, we're
Oh,
here for, I'm like, yeah, the Murakami launch. People like literally were there at 7 a.m. for stuff that was not even in the store. We had nothing to offer them except for a hope and a dream.
wow. So here it is again. Oh my
And
God.
there she is.
This is
Now,
cute.
this is
I like
cute. I do like this.
Okay, for 5,750.
I don't know if I like it that much.
No,
Someone
no,
gifted it to me for
oh, yeah,
Christmas.
of course.
I'm taking it.
Please
I'm
gift
taking
it.
it.
We
We're
will
we're
take the
starting a
gift.
GoFundMe for Christmas for this bag.
But honestly, I'd rather take the cash and put it towards something else. But
Yeah,
yeah, if anyone wants to gift this to me or Christy, yeah, we're
we're
appreciative.
taking it.
So like it makes me wonder because I'm like, are they desperate now? Are sales really down as social media says it is? But I mean, I see no shortage of people buying Louis Vuitton.
It's
Are they just running out of
probably
ideas?
not a shortage because I still have a buddy who works there and he says he's busy all the time, but
Yeah.
he's been there almost 5 years and he has quite the client base. But there is still, I think, when I was there was probably a bunch of people who weren't able to get their hands on it. And the people who got it, I think, have fulfilled, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, got it. But the people who were not able to get it that first go round. Maybe this is their opportunity because they did do the on the go, they did do the soft trunk, they did do a Horizon. Then now the
If
Ivy, they did not do the first go round or
if they
the
do a mouse
Neverfull.
pad.
What is this?
It's a mouse pad.
Ah, now why
It's
didn't
a
I
mouse.
think of that?
Okay, so this is perfect timing for Christmas, right? Because now you're gonna get clients running in there desperate for something, anything. You have a mouse pad for 375 sold.
But it doesn't release till January, I don't think.
Really? Okay.
So what we would do is the people like because all the cool launches come out in January, people.
I know, that's what I was
Everything
thinking
cool
too.
is the beginning of the year, like the remix with the denim and the vernis, the Murakami, the Kasam, all the best stuff releases in January. So if you want this for Christmas and you can't have it under the tree because clearly it's not released, maybe
Okay.
get a gift card, maybe talk to, oh
Oh,
my God, they did
launches
the,
January
Jesus, that one's ugly. What is,
No,
that looks like a super
I've
fake.
noticed they have returned the studs, if you've noticed, here,
Oh,
and
I do
then
see that.
mhm, and then where was the Neverfull? It had it on the tag. So, just like I always say, I'm like, "Oh gosh, they're missing all the studs from the Marc Jacobs era," but this just doesn't do it. It's not the same
No,
because
Marc
the Marc
Jacobs,
Jacobs bags were more than just throwing studs on somewhere. It was very much more detailed bags.
Marc Jacobs also had a strong relationship with the artists who he collaborated with. And I think that his vision and his crazy and his love of fashion and art mixed together made it different, and I think it elevated. This seems like an afterthought.
For
Like,
sure.
all
Okay.
the new bags were just gonna slap Murakami on it and call it a day.
Yes. For example, let's go back to Alma, which we just said we love. But if I look at it again, so some of the things Marc Jacobs would have had in that era would have another piece of leather under here. They're always double. There'd be a little more detail here. This looks disproportionate. It looks all too small for this big bag.
Is that
Do you know what I mean?
a bag or is that luggage? It looks like luggage.
It's the Travel Alma.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so it is. So it is. Let's look at the other photos.
'Cause they do used to do a travel on my back in the day, so it kinda looks like it.
Yeah, I remember you said that. And I feel it's just like missing a little detail. You're right. They just kind of slap it together, but it's because people have been buying stuff slapped together for the past 10 years now, even
Yeah, since
without
Nikolai Gautier took over, it's been not the same.
not the same. And I don't think it's necessarily Nikolai Gautier. It's just the way that fashion runs now, where it's so you spit it out so quickly
Mhm.
and people buy it anyways.
That is true. And what I heard from the clients is they are reminiscing over this because they were like, "Well, I was in junior high," and I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, thanks for making me feel old." I was in junior high when this came out, and clearly my mom wasn't gonna go and spend, and at that
Hmm.
time when it came out, like, my mom wasn't gonna spend $500 in a pochette accessoire, and I'm like, "Please, spare me." But my mom wasn't gonna spend that Louis Vuitton money on me in junior high,
Yes.
and this was, like, all over the place. They put it on White Chicks and Mean Girls and all the I think even that Bring It On Again.
All the good movies that would be, not PC right now, like, so all the everything good in that era. So I get it,
Right.
and I could see how moms not me, but, moms would be like, "Oh, I had this when I was younger, so I wanna buy one for my daughter."
Or they bought it for
So
themselves because back in the day when it came out, they didn't have the means, and now that they have the means, they're trying to fulfill that,
yeah,
childhood wish, because truly this collection that came out in 2003, so it's the 22, almost 23 years ago now in 2026, the 23-year anniversary of it. So now they're revisiting their soul and they're like, okay, well, 22 years ago I couldn't get it, but now I can get it. I still would go pre-loved and get the OG stuff if it were me.
same, I know how you feel about that, I do too, and I do feel that's because we know the difference in quality. And newer shoppers, or also like you and I have very extensive fashion backgrounds, newer
Hmm.
shoppers do not know that. And it bugs me to no end that newer shoppers do not understand there is no quality in the newer bags, like as compared to older bags.
For
And
sure.
even compared to other brands, like this brand, Louis Vuitton, quality wise, they think they're paying a price for quality, but they're not. They're just paying for the brand name. So, like you and I have seen that decline in quality, not just in bags, but in clothes. Like the clothes we used to buy are so much
Hmm.
better than now. And today they just operate on fast fashion, like you said, emotion, nostalgia, and we have social media also fueling it. Because, like, if Instagram didn't exist, I wouldn't know this exists, right? And then I
Right.
wouldn't be like, oh my God, I gotta get to the store.
Realistically, this bag is releasing in January and it's white canvas, which, guys, if you are a denim lover and you wear denim or any rich dyes, white canvas is not your friend because once that dye hits that canvas and it
Yep,
gets in there, there's no turning back.
it is
And
stained.
this
People, listen, we keep saying this.
Yeah. Listen, Linda. But also, this bag doesn't look like something like if I got a white Murakami bag in January, I'm not bringing that girl out till Easter. Like I
No,
would
no,
have to wait months to wear it, in my opinion, because it looks too summery.
it does. It does. Um, I don't like the way they have the studs on this little thing either. But anyways,
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not their target market anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you might be because you could be revisiting yesteryear.
I'm not about to spend that kind of money on it because I'm over it. So
I'm
I don't know.
not buying new Louis Vuitton. Now, if someone gifted it to me, I'm not saying no, but I would rather go to Fashionphile or Real
Yep.
or any Poshmark, anything other than the Louis Vuitton store because I know in my heart, because Michelle and I have both been to the factories. I know in my heart that these are not made with the love and the, you know,
The
passion
care
and
and
the
the
artistry.
meticulous, and they
Mm-mm.
sell you on that. Like, they taught us to
Yeah.
tell that story, but then we actually know, like, "Oh, this is how it's made." So,
Mhm.
this is why Christy and I are here. We're just informing the public. I know people look at it as like, "Oh, those girls hate Louis Vuitton."
No, we don't.
So, like, honestly, let me stop sharing. Do you have luxury fatigue, like, after working there and, kind of going through all this stuff?
It's more like I did not dislike my friends that I worked there. I still have a great friend group of people I still stay in close contact with. My thing was almost like the control, like have your makeup you have to have your makeup look a certain way. You have to be on stage, your nails have to be a certain way. Corporate's coming in, you've got to be a robot and just repetitive and redundant and must do this goal and this just do this just and it was never enough. I felt like nothing I gave them was ever enough. And I had a
Mhm.
big book, but it was never enough for them. Nothing I ever did was enough. So that's how I felt is that whatever I did for them, it was never enough because someone else.
So now after that experience, do you look at a luxury bag, any luxury bag, Prada, Vuitton, Givenchy, does it just, like, not do it for you anymore? Is it just like,
I mean,
whatever?
I love handbags, but I'm also I guess that I look at it as I'm not going to go into the brick and mortar store. I'm not going to walk inside Louis or Givenchy or Prada and buy the bag brand new personally. Now, if somebody else
Yeah.
out there wants to, they can. But after going pre-loved and just being able
Mhm.
to buy something like because it's like a used car. Once it walks out, unless it's like some like special collab, once it walks out, once it's
Looks
had
out.
miles put on it, it's not going to be the same price. So I would rather go somewhere, buy pre-loved, buy something I've always wanted and better quality because sometimes the quality is better from yesteryear, than go inside a store and,
Mhm.
pay the full ticket for it.
What I'm hearing, and I agree with, is like, Louis Vuitton does not need your money.
Yeah,
And
someone's already given
I
them money, unless there's something that's brand new that you're just like, "My gosh, I have to have it." I would rather have some because the canvas from back in the day is so
back
much
then,
thicker and better,
so different. Yeah.
and I'd rather have Marc Jacobs era, all the way Marc Jacobs era. I'm 10,000,000 and I'm sure you are too. 10,000,000% Marc
Oh,
Jacobs era.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. So, like, I want the audience to know too is, okay, my wheels are spinning. The scarcity. Okay, first of all, these bags. Let's look at the beautiful bags again, because yeah, we all love pretty things. I'm not saying don't like pretty things, but the scarcity. Okay, first of all, these bags, they're manufactured in a factory. They're not handmade. There's not like a
right.
little guy sitting there sewing. And then number two, the scarcity is manufactured. The experience in the store, it's manufactured. They know how to market to clientele. It smells nice. It looks nice. It looks luxurious. The employees, we have to dress a certain way. We have to, like, present the bags a certain way, that this bag was made by one artisan for 48 hours, even though we know that's false now. Um, but people still want to believe that. So even for when people say, like, I want to go to the boutique and get the boutique experience, that experience is now manufactured. They know exactly what
Mhm.
people want. And, like, honestly, it's not much different. Like, if that store is in the same mall where there's a Coach, you're gonna get the same experience. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like there's not much difference. Is the bag here? Here it is. Do you want it? Okay, put it in a bag. There you go. That's your experience.
I actually did some little market research, if you will.
Mhm.
about a couple weeks ago and walked into my local Coach store. And it's not even like one of the Coach stores that's like at the most fabulous like shopping center or mall. It's like just a regular mall.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a nice mall, it has a Nordstrom and stuff, but like it's not like the mall that I think is the most luxurious in DFW. Walked in there and I just bought something from Zara and I just walked in just to because I was looking for that Kislock bag that Carrie Bradshaw carried.
Mhm.
The people there were so nice, so kind, so like willing to like help you even though they know you weren't going to buy that day. At Louis Vuitton, if they know you're not going to buy, it's like they back off.
Yeah. We do not
They
wanna talk
start
to you.
they're just like, "Oh, I can tell that person's not going to buy. I'm going to kind of start Yeah, no. Like, I'm not gonna talk to you. Coach, they actually had some really cute holiday stuff, like their Rexy, like, it's their little dinosaur.
The
They
little
had a
dinosaur.
cute Yeah, the little dinosaur. They had a cute snow globe, some really cute gift ideas that were in a cute like, a good budget, like, not like, "Oh, I have a $1,000 budget Louis Vuitton for" and then you're like, "Okay, here's a hanger." I mean, that's like you're actually gonna get some good stuff, and the people, the staff, and the momentum, and the product, and how sweet they were, I'm telling you, the service level for Coach, they have upped their game, and the people who work at Louis Vuitton and they pride themselves in their whatever, like, service. They drill you in service, drill you in service. We
Mhm.
have to take and many seminars service, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we could give exceptional service, but if we weren't meeting our numbers, then we fell
Yeah.
short.
And
And
that's,
the
like, a
service,
huge thing, the numbers.
insane numbers. Like last year, I want to say my goal in December was like it was like 800,000.
That is insane. That's like a number for a whole store, not one person. Oh,
One
like
person, one human.
would be at you've worked retail at a retail store, your whole monthly goal would be 800,000, not
And
just
that's
for one
just
person.
for you. That's not for
Yeah.
that's not for the whole store. That's just for you, one human.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're saying that because people are so offended. And I know we've said this before. I'm like, it's not about you. Sales associates have to make their numbers. There is no time to waste. No one is judging you because we're so busy just trying to survive with this huge goal.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, like, honestly, it's handbags. We already know Louis Vuitton is aspirational, where Coach, like, it's practical. It's
Mhm.
like you can spend the same amount to get your one bag at Louis. You can get a full set of everything at Coach. You can get your bag, your charm, and your wallet, and like
You
maybe
can
even
get a
something else.
back there for like $400. You would not be able to buy
Mhm.
anything at Louis Vuitton, maybe a bandeau, maybe a scarf, and not even like a winter scarf. I'm talking like a silk scarf, a silk square.
Honestly, when I walk by to just to look, I try not to talk to anyone just because I know, like, I'm not gonna buy anything, so I don't wanna be the one to be like, question machine. Because
Yeah,
I know being on that side, I'm like, I don't wanna waste anyone's time, so I kinda just like, "Okay,
that's
I'm just
true.
looking, I'm fine."
I kinda do want Kislock, so I was actually inquiring because I want that Carrie Bradshaw Kislock bag because it kind of,
Yeah.
like, looks like
Oh,
the
that's
Marc Jacobs
funny.
Sam, but you carry it under your I mean, I don't know, I'm not cool enough to pull that off, but I wanna be cool enough to pull it off. I would like to be that cool.
Yes, you are. Well, that's exactly the bag I wanted, I told you, until I found the Marc Jacobs stamp, so I was like, "Okay, I am complete." Yeah.
Right.
So we were starting with Murakami, now we're talking about Coach. But
Yeah.
one of the things it was always brought up when I worked there, it was funny because, people's perceptions are very skewed. Everyone knows Coach is a great brand.
Mhm.
But at the hype of it, like for Louis, it's like I really could see that people wanted to prove I could spend the money, and that's why they wanted the bag. So we would get that customer, never shop Louis, come in. I have a $500 budget. What can I buy? Or, they kind of like hem and haw. You can tell it was a big stretch. And sometimes they walk away, not buy anything. And like, okay, sales associates, it's a high pressure job, but we're not heartless either. We look at each other and just go like, they should just go to Coach. And people
Yeah.
always took that as an insult, and it's not an
No.
insult.
It's not an insult,
It's
but,
the
like,
truth. It's like,
if that's
you're gonna have
if that's your budget, that's your budget. Like, there's
yeah,
nothing wrong with that,
it's
but so many people, and you know this and I know this, would break the bank to get these
mhm.
bags that they
You can
couldn't
see
afford.
it.
Like,
You don't have to do it 'cause f with Louis, you're paying for the branding, and it's not
right.
an insult to go to Coach
There
at
is it
all. It's
because
just realistic.
people would come in and they would be like, have an appointment because we could do our appointment on our phone. And I would be like, what are you looking for? I was looking online. I really like the Neverfull, the Graceful, a BB, and like a Speedy 30. Those are all opening price. There's nothing wrong with having any of those bags. And they all wanted them all in
Mhm.
canvas. But at the end of the day, did you want those bags? Did you want a Graceful, Speedy, Neverfull,
Right?
Alma BB? Like, did you want this? But like, because there's nothing wrong with those bags. There's nothing wrong. Or were you wanting a Louis Vuitton bag and not spending more than like,
Like
well,
to have a
now,
Louis.
right now, back in the day, you could get all those bags under $2,000. Not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah.
But I think this Neverfull is now like 2,100. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's taken a little hikey hike since I've been there. But the thing is like clients would come in and looking at bags that were because they aspire to have a Louis Vuitton to get things that they didn't even really truly want, and they were convincing themselves because they're like, "Oh, I want a Louis Vuitton bag." Well, if you got any of those bags pre-loved, you could probably get any of them like under $1,500 or less, depending on how long people have had them. And if you got
Yeah,
Epi,
maybe
you
not
could
the Neverfull,
really,
it feels
yeah,
mhm. Maybe not
like if you,
anymore, I see the
yeah,
Neverfull retail's pretty high, but you are spot on about that of, like and it's just like the car, right? Like, do
yeah,
you need to have the, Ferrari if your budget will fit a Honda, and that
yeah.
is no insult to Honda at all
No, Hondas are
whatsoever.
cars.
It's just being yeah,
Hon
it's just being realistic. Are you buying for the brand? Are you buying outside of your budget because somebody told you or you have this perception of Vuitton, whether it's a better bag, a lifetime bag, better quality, or is it going to make you look better? Does it make you feel better? Are you buying self-esteem? It's all those
ego.
things yeah, funny. This is like a whole nother show just because I even in my comments of like people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't say that because I can afford it," and this and that. I'm like, "Who are you? I'm not even talking to you personally." So for like people to take it so personally, it's like, okay, chill. It's just a bag. That's what our honest advice. When we were at the store, here we were going, yes, you should buy this. Preface with, if you can afford it, if it, if the credit card bill does not make you lose sleep at night. Yeah.
Right.
But now Christy and I are out on real world view of like, okay, are they really releasing the Murakami again? We have no reason to go to the store to buy this. Christy and I
No.
personally, we don't. If you do, if that's your preference, if it fulfills your heart's desires, go for it. We look at it like, okay, we're over it.
At this point, it's too oversaturated. I'm like, "Okay, so are
Oh
you
my
guys
gosh.
gonna all the bags that they are making this year that are new pieces, which they really don't reinvent the wheel, they do the same bag
No.
in different prints. They're probably gonna do
And they've done it before.
yeah, so the Neverfull, so I'm gonna tell you guys this. Every new collection that Louis Vuitton does, they're gonna do a Neverfull in it. Surprise, surprise. Probably a Speedy in some size. Surprise, surprise. Now that the Ivy is like the
Mhm.
new Felici, probably an Ivy and probably an East West Matisse. These bags are all gonna be this all these silhouettes are going to be in different collections every season. You're gonna see that bag in so many different variations. Victorines too, Sarah wallets, Zippy wallets, those small leather goods. You're going to see them Christmas animation, Miroir, Murakami, by the pool. Every collection that they release, they're going to do the same silhouettes in different colors. The thing is like how I had a client who collected Neverfulls. Well, how many freaking Neverfulls can you have? This bag is going to do the same thing for you.
Right?
She wanted it in every collection.
It's gonna do the
And
same.
there's nothing going to be special. You have like at this point, this woman had like 30 Neverfulls. I'm like, girl, how many Neverfulls do you want? How many on nice are, and then it was the on the go. They'll do it on the go in every collection too. So those are their core bags right now. Like their most popular sellers, their top leather goods sellers in the world or in the country. Those are the bags they're going to do in every collection. Trust and believe. So if you don't get a Murakami version of it, whatever collection they're going to release next, you'll get a version of it then, because you're going to be like, oh, well, I missed out on this, but I like this. Trust me, they're going to sell you on something. You're not missing out on anything. So there's the secret sauce.
I'm gonna admit, I used to think I needed a collection. And I'm like that with everything: handbag, shoes, nail polish, lipstick, everything. We're all products of that. And now I look at it like, "Oh, I would love that new Murakami Neverfull, but I already have one. It literally holds your stuff." And I think people are realizing, because now influencers are selling their bags and getting criticized for it. Because at a
Mhm.
point you realize, okay, I already have this. Do I need another? So that the whole like idea of collecting, it's kind of been exposed of like, okay, people are doing it for social media or just to clout
Yeah.
or brag that I have of those. It's not all real. It's advertisement to play on
Hmm.
us. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, so it's also like because you see someone you admire has the bag, it doesn't mean you're less than if you don't have the bag too,
No.
bottom line. Like, and that has been played so many times of like, oh, I've made it if I've bought this Vuitton bag. And like, I don't feel that way anymore of having to prove your worth because of something that someone has that I don't have, so I should aspire to get it. Wow, our conversation is really
I know. I still want the
a
Jessica
lot of shelf
Simpson
time.
Murakami bag from 2003. That's Speedy. I still want this Speedy Murakami from 2003. That to me, and the
I
Pochette Accessoire.
yeah, I totally understand. Because if I come
That,
across one of those older pieces,
mhm,
then I would consider buying it. It
mhm.
would have different meaning than
Yeah.
something than if you and I were to go to the walk into the store and go, "Oh, give me that brand new Speedy." That brand new Speedy does not have meaning for us anymore.
About our vent session about the new Louis Vuitton Murakami and how it looks to me fake and too expensive. Buy pre-loved. Do yourself a favor, because the stuff from yesteryear is so much better, is what I think.
And yeah, because we know you're gonna ask. We know you're gonna ask. And I look at this, like I just look at it again, like it's all the same stuff, just the Murakami print. So to me, there's nothing to run to the store about. I mean, they do the
No.
same sneaker and sneakers, shoes, that's literally money that you're putting between your feet and the ground. So just visualize $100 that you're just gonna ruin on the ground. Why
Mhm.
would you want that? I don't, yeah, can't do it.
No, and those
Yeah, so that's
timeouts now are like
our,
15
dirty opinion, right?
yeah.
That's
It
our,
just
quick
doesn't
and dirty opinion on,
it those Murakami
this
covers look
collection.
really bright, like the super fakes from back in the day. Like, they don't look like that, like, toned down.
Mhm.
It looks too bright. They look to me like if somebody told me they bought that in Chinatown, I would be like, "Oh, I believe you." They don't look real to me. They don't look
And I
authentic.
know I'm gonna get hate for this, but I'd rather just buy a fake and rock it because I don't care. I mean, I think I've gotten to the point in my life too where I'm like, I don't even think about it of like people really think like, "Oh, you're so deceptive." Like I don't actually care who's looking at my bag. Why should I? Like, what if someone else's mind is reeling about something I'm wearing or carrying, that's not actually not my problem. Hope you enjoyed our rant. Yes. Yeah, okay. Talk to you later. Bye.